How many years have we avoided stepping into our calling? That's what I'm asking. Because I speak to so many people who are like, oh, I don't have time to do because of and we do allow the challenges in our life to dictate us stepping into it, and they're all real and they're all just, and I do understand completely, but this is such an important piece for us to unpack. So this, what I'm about to share with you, again, please write these down. If you're feeling arty, you can draw these 5 circles. But what we're looking at first of all is our path. Our path in life is what people often describe as our destiny, our life path, what we were born to do, our karma. From an energy perspective, this is actually held in the astral level of our energy field. It's like what was imprinted into you on the day that you were born. Our path is often set out in front of us, and it doesn't mean that it's a predetermined path that you cannot change. Your path is literally more like a swings and roundabout scenario. You have challenges in life that you will keep on hitting yourself up against. I think I've got it here. Your life challenges are more like those big energy reversals, some of them those repeating things that seem to keep on coming back. And then you've got the opposite end of that, which is our strengths and the things that only we do in the way that we do it and kind of make us who we are, which is when we're in the receptive state and we're actually living our life on purpose. So exploring your life path is a massive piece of the puzzle in terms of understanding what the lessons are you are here to explore. Okay. When I haven't got time to unpack where and how to find your life path tonight, but when I did this for myself, it's like pages and pages long, but there were 3 things that came up for me that just made me laugh. The number one, my life path, I have challenges with authority, never like to be bound by convention, and I like to make the rules, not follow. In other words, I never listen to what I'm supposed to do. And I was like, actually, yeah, that's pretty bloody accurate. Action and influence, their capacity lies in their responsibility. I do have a massive sense, probably too much so, of responsibility for myself and other people and the planet as a whole, which ties in beautifully to the mission and what I'm doing with EAM, but can at the same time sometimes be my biggest challenge, because everything in my life is literally about the mission or the movement or changing the world, even sometimes to my own detriment, truly holding my hands up. But I can be flamboyant. I don't think any of you would have guessed that about me. But when I make money, I spend it with class, apparently. And I do like to spend money on others, which is very true. But one of my biggest gifts and important things for me to do along my life path is to share the money that I have, which I do. And my life purpose will apparently come to fruition, or does come to fruition, by using my money and energy or power in the world, transcending service to the world. And I was like, when I first read and understood this, it was literally like reading, someone had written down everything about me. And when you understand your path, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because when you understand your path, you're no longer beating yourself up about the challenges that keep coming up. And that's not to say that we don't want to do the work on shifting them if they're holding us back. And that's where EAM comes in. But we can start to understand ourselves and recognize that the challenges we have on the opposite end, like we just talked about here, are also our greatest gifts when we can get into the abundant receptive side state of that, if that makes sense. So understanding your life path is an important part of the puzzle. Let's see if I can get on to the next slide. The next piece is your profession. Your past, oh, I've gone on one too many, is your profession. What skills do you have? We've all been working for some number of years. You have skills that you've learned, you have talents that you've got experiences from your past. Maybe you've not been wasting time, but you've been learning, you've been experiencing, you've been evolving. And when you look back, all of the things that you learned before make sense to what you get to do now or the direction that you're heading in. So there's your profession, your past experiences that we need to explore, where they may be standing in your way or where they may be helping or guiding you on the next step. And then you've got your passion. Now, your passion is very different to your purpose, and people often get these two things mixed up. Your passion is the thing that you can stand on the soapbox and talk about all day long, all day, every day, to everyone that will listen until their ears fall off. It's like the thing that you're really passionate about, either learning, talking about, seeing, doing, or changing. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's part of the work that you do right now. Your passion might be something that's not in the work you're doing, but in order to live this fully on purpose life from a place of power, we want you to be living and bringing that passion into the work that you do, because it's an important piece of the puzzle. Next, we have our purpose, which is, here we go, a misbehaving slide, but our purpose is something that we, hold on, my slides, come along. Our purpose is the who we are. It's something that we do, and it's something that we've probably been doing for a long time. One of my purposes is to teach. It's not necessarily that I'm a teacher, but my purpose is to teach. I am a teacher and I am a guide. That's my purpose. That's my energy. And we all have something that, again, I can't teach you today, but something called a contribution energy, a different type of energy that we bring to a community or to our work or to how we show up in our family. And when you understand your contribution energy, you can then start to understand what kind of role you should take within a job or within your business, or even if you own your own business, what kind of roles you should be doing to keep you most in flow, and which roles completely do not suit you, support you, help you in any way. I'm sure we've all experienced that, where you've got jobs and tasks to do that you just think, this really isn't my flow state at all. So understanding your contribution energy is a massive piece of that puzzle. Then you've got your people. The next piece is understanding the people that you need to have around you, and whether they are your clients, whether they are people that you need to have around you to up level you. You know, if you go to church or you're part of any religious philosophies, like who are the people that are going to be there holding and supporting you spiritually? Who are the people that you perhaps need to have in your team or work colleagues? Who do you need to have as your coach, your mentor, your guide, to teach you, to learn skills, to educate you? And who is the soulful tribe? Who are those people that you love to hang around with, the wider community, the people that you want to be with, that have shared values, energy, and ethics? Now, when you have the 5 around the outside, what you'll see, again, I've got a misbehaving slide that should say power in the middle. It allows you to stand fully in your power in the middle, because you know the direction you're supposed to be in. You're living your life path. You know what you're here for. You've got your challenges. You've got your strengths. You're bringing in the profession or the skills that you have. You're bringing in the passion and the thing that you're loving and the message that you know that you're here to share, or you need to find the message that you're here to share, but you can start to explore it. You've got your purpose and the energy that you bring and who you are and how you show up wherever you are. And then you're with the people that you're supposed to be delivering that to, and supported by the people that are supporting you to be in that space. So what that creates is this sense of power. You are so in flow in all of it. And in between all of those, you'll see that it then brings the prosperity. When we've got these pieces of the puzzle, the wealth automatically starts to flow along with it. Does it happen straight away? Not necessarily, but the prosperity piece is much more than just money in the bank. This is 30% of our life. What we do, most of us work 30 to 40% of our working week, our weeks, we are at work. And we want to be in our purposeful, powerful place whilst we're doing it. That's the important thing, because that's when we are truly allowing ourselves to be in flow.